Christmas gift revenge. This was about 23 years ago. My husband was lousy at giving gifts. He would get what he wanted for himself. That year, I came home to a large box wrapped up, about 10 days before Christmas, and he said it was for me. He was so excited. Mind you, we have always been pretty broke, so we, or should I say I, always bought for our children and his greedy family, mill demands. We always did without. For some reason, I wasn't that excited about this gift. Intuition. Well, Christmas Eve comes and we open gifts. He gets all excited, telling me that I am going to love this present. I open the box, to find a shop vac. We had hardwood and linoleum, so I always swept and mopped and had no need for it. He told me that it is wonderful because it cleans up the garage, his domain. Even picks up water. And he said it worked great cause he already tried it before wrapping it up. I was pissed. He bought it for himself. I would have been happy with a $5 necklace that turned my neck green. That night, I wouldn't even go to bed with him. He came into the living room where I was laying down and told me to come to bed. I told him I wouldn't because I couldn't look at him. He then tells me how I was extremely selfish because gifts were to be what we as a family could use, not what we would want. I laid there all night and plotted my revenge. I had to wait for a year, but like they say, best served cold. I kept quiet and told nobody of my plan for revenge. 50 weeks later I found it. I wasn't even looking for it, but it was staring right at me as to say, here I am and it is time. It was in a huge box. I quickly purchased the gift, got some wrapping paper for it and hid it. Didn't want any sneaky peeks. Christmas Eve, while he was at work, I put the present under the tree. Took 2 rolls of cheap wrapping paper and I put some ribbon and a bow on it. It also had a nice weight for it. We start opening gifts, and I wait a bit. Finally, his eyes light up seeing this big box and finding out it was his. He was so excited, and I told him that this is specially bought for him. He opens the box, to find a case of toilet paper. I then quoted him. Christmas was not for what we would want but what we as a family need or could use. We all wipe. He was furious. He complained to his brothers and everyone. My family and his brothers told him that he deserved the toilet paper. To this day, no husband in my family will ever buy a vacuum cleaner for their wives as gifts.